Today we're going to take a look at the New Balance Fresh Foam X More V6. It showed up unannounced here at Road Trail Run, and I was a bit skeptical because the last one I ran was the 4, and I found it quite cumbersome. But here we have some big changes as we get a new outsole design at the same 44/40 stack height, some refinements to the upper and also to the midsole sculpting. I was really surprised here. It's in their run to walk or walk to run category, and it walks beautifully and it also runs beautifully. So I've taken them out here on the seacoast of New Hampshire for a 4-mile walk and a 6-mile run, and here are my first impressions. Stay tuned. So, first mile in our More V6. Yesterday it was a 4-mile walk. Surprised. There's a lot of rebound here. It's not mushy. This is not a mushy shoe. I'm very surprised because we got 44 millimeters at the heel, 40 at the forefoot. That 40 up front is huge. But we've got a nice smooth roll. I think they've increased the rocker, increased the toe spring, but it's not a radical drop off like the very comparable Glycerin Max. I don't like that shoe much. It's too abrupt. Here we've got a smoother roll. This fresh foam does not feel like some of the prior versions. They call it fresh foam, but it can be different mixes. Here I think it's a bit firmer than previously, firmer than the 1080 of a few years ago, which I barely could run in. It was so soft. So we've got a really kind of fun big shoe ride. You won't ignore the 10.6 ounce weight. It's about 300 grams, but you've just got a tremendous amount of cushion that gives back. Now in terms of the fit, totally perfect upper here for just about any foot. I have a narrow to medium foot. I am very well held. Very notable is the height of the toe box while remaining held. I'd say there's a teeny bit of stretch. You can hear that. Length is perfect. This is sort of a topo feeling toe box here in terms of room, fit, and hold. So very nicely done in terms of the toe box and the overall hold. There's a gigantic, very solid heel counter. We have the gusset tongue, moderate kind of padding on the tongue itself. Lace up easy. I pull them right through and off I went. So I'm going to keep going here. It's a beautiful morning here on the seacoast. Not as warm as it's been, but sun's out, so it's getting warmer. So we got a lot of shoes these days going for way over 40 millimeter heels. The Glycerin Max, Vomero Plus, Vomero 18, Puma Mag Max. So it's a tricky thing to get when you get above 40 millimeters at the front to be able to roll through. And here we have a 4 millimeter drop. Usually I kind of like more drop in such a big stack shoe, but here New Balance has done a great job with that rocker and spring, but also by keeping the foam not ridiculously soft. It's plenty, I'd almost say springy here. Springy and bouncy. Maybe with fresh foam can be different mixes. Almost feels like there's some supercritical in the mix here. Gonna keep going. Fresh and smooth, just like this new sidewalk that got blown out in the storms. Nice springy bounce here. Very, very smooth for such a big shoe. Yeah, it weighs up there, but not really super noticing it for kind of this easier pace run. Not getting bogged down, that's for sure. So that well segmented outsole, and here's a picture again of it, I think really helps with the smooth roll off the front. And there's enough rubber at the heel that I don't feel like I'm over compressing, getting low. So outsoles often play a big role in ride. Not going to call this a very grippy outsole. It's pretty smooth, but the rubber seems sticky, which is good. So New Balance described the More V6 to us that the running event is in their, quote, walk to run category. I walked them 4 miles yesterday. They're a superb walking shoe. A great one just for your longer, shorter walks. Lots, so much cushion. However, what we really have here is a pretty darn fine max cushion trainer. Yeah, the weight's up there a bit, but there's a kind of overall smoothness and consistency that a lot of other shoes in the category sort of lack. They're either over rigid or over pronounced rockers, or they got plates here. Everything's really all of a piece, very smooth roll off the front. I'm running just under 10-minute miles, which is a fine pace for these. No sinking at the heel, slow pace.
Lap 3, 9:55.
Nice, kind of energetic rebound. Really, really well updated. Thank you very much for watching. The Fresh Foam X More V6 will release in August 2025, $160. It's a fine new choice in the max cushion category for New Balance. Have a great run.